почти получилось, но только почти. Я плевал в потолок, я лежал на печи, но коллег-перехожих мне Бог не...
Okay, welcome to this video which describes one minor issue in the OblivionLost RC1 2009 Stalker mod pack. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to describe the problem basically. Some of the sounds, the custom sounds in one of the packs, in one of the weapon packs I think, well probably a few of the packs, have invalid Ogg comments on some of the files. Now these are, it's a minor issue, these are the full sound files for some weapons and some songs like the bandit guitar songs are Ogg files, and they can sometimes, when they're being made, have invalid comments, which doesn't cause an obvious problem with the game but can apparently cause the AI to act a bit funny. Sometimes the AI might hear you from miles away or not hear you at all, and it can screw up the game slightly in that way. It's again not a major problem, but it's quite easy to fix, and I'm just going to quickly run through how to do that. So to start off, you want to identify which files are damaged, and each time you play Stalker, within your Stalker Shock folder, which is located in different places depending on your Windows, in Windows 7's case it's in Libraries, Documents, Stalker Shock, but in other operating systems it'll be in different places like Documents and Settings, I think Program Data, but I'm not sure. You'll have to search online, do a Google search for where your Stalker saves are, and depending on your operating system it'll find it. So basically, once you're in Stalker Shock folder, you want to go to the Logs folder, and in the Logs folder there is a text document called X-Ray and then your username, and this file is created every time you exit, every time you run Stalker, and it's basically a list of information about the engine and how the game's running. It's quite large, fills lots of data, and I'm sure it means something to somebody, but what we're looking for is the information about the Ogg files, and in order not to have to hunt through all this, you want to do Control F, type in Ogg, and it'll find the next one, and this is what we're looking for: Invalid Ogg comment version file, and it shows you which file it is and where it's kept. In this case it's the svd low-score draw.ogg. So we'll take this as an example, close that down, and let's go and find that file. So we head off to our program files, go to HQ, Stalker Shock, go to Game Data. Game Data is the folder that holds all of OblivionLost RC1 2009, and you'll install that when you install the mod. We go to Sounds, we go to Weapons, and within Weapons we've got all the Ogg files of all the different sounds, and we want to find our SVD. So there's our SVD draw, and you don't want to work on the only copy because it can go wrong, so we want to copy that, make sure we've got a backup, go to a different folder, in this case is where it is, paste it. That's just because I've already got one there. Okay, now the how to do this is not of my own creating. I found this online on a fantastic forum called the GSC Game World Community, and it's in their Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl section. I'll add a link to this in the video's comments or wherever it is on YouTube, but this basically outlines everything you have to do, has links to all the files you'll need, and is an excellent resource that you'll definitely have to have close by. So I've downloaded all the files that I need to do, and the first one is a hex editor. Now this is a German hex editor, so it can be a bit confusing if you don't speak German, which I don't, but luckily you don't actually need to understand it to do what you need to do. So we've got our hex editor, we've got our broken file. You'll also need a good file. Just pick any one of the sounds that you know is good, and you can check the X-ray log to see which ones are broken, and just pick one that is fine. So let's pop that one in there. This is our hex editor with all of our hex, and we pop our broken one in there as well. So you'll also get an image on the forum of what you need to change, and this is the important bit. In the hex you want to start from, it says Vorbis quite a few times, but you want to look for this line at the end of a lot of Y's. You see the Vorbis, and you start at the end of the Vorbis, from that Vorbis to this Vorbis, so from one end to the start. And you want to copy that. So let's go to our hex editor, find all the Y's there. It's up near the top. Select this area, go all the way down, selecting all the code down to V of the Vorbis. Do Control C to copy it. Go to our broken file. Do the same area all the way down to the V of the Vorbis, and do Control V. It turns red to show that you've pasted it in there. Now there's one more area you need to change. At the start of all these little Y's of the umlauts, there'll be one character. Now this character can change. It can be lots of different things. It doesn't have to be an I. It could be another Y. It could be anything really. So you want to make sure you're aware of that. You go back to your broken one, or your good one. Select that file again with Control C, and then Control V. And again it turns red. So once you've done all that, you want to do Control S to save it, and then you can just close your hex editor. That's it, almost done, but there's one last thing you need to do. Also downloaded from the forum is a little program called Fix Oggs, which repairs the Oggs after you've monkeyed around with them, because it messes up all the hex. I don't understand it, but you need to do it. So you want to go to your start menu, into accessories, and then open up your command prompt. Navigate to the folder you've got that you're working in. In my case, this is quite a long tree. And oops. Stalker Ogg fix. Oops. Don't forget your slashes. Okay, so once you're in here, you want to then, in the instructions, which are again on the forum, you want to go, you want to write this in order to fix the files. And you can fix multiples at once, but since I only have one, I'm just going to do one. Fix Ogg CS svd low score draw dot Ogg. You want to make sure to do the extension as well, and once you've written that in, click OK. It'll go through the repair process. If this was a broken file, in this example it's not, it would say it's correcting some things, and once it's done it should be fine and it'll be all fixed and sorted. So we can close down that, and that's the sound file repaired. You want to make sure not to write over the original just yet. You want to test the game first, just to make sure, because even a broken one's going to be better than a really broken one, and this process can go wrong if you mess the code up, but overall it's pretty easy and pretty simple. So when you're sure, just copy this back into your Stalker folder, paste it in over the file, and you're good to go. When I was looking at the OblivionLost RC1 2009 mod, I only found maybe 15-20 files that needed this doing to, so it's really not that hard to do. And every time you play, you can check the X-ray file to see if it's popped up anymore, and just fix them as you go along. They will, as you get to different areas of the game, use different weapons. There'll be more popping up, but if you just keep checking X-ray each time, then it doesn't take long to get it all sorted, and you can make sure that you're not going to run into any AI problems. Thanks for watching, and see you in another video.
Я даже сверчкам не губу, поваляюсь еще на печи, попою пару песен про то, как погибну в бою.